Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine a land where the foundations of modern civilization were quietly built thousands of years ago. A place where philosophy was born, where democracy first took shape, and where myths blurred the line between gods and humans. This is Greece. But what if everything you think you know about Greece is only part of the story? Because behind the famous ruins and beautiful islands lies a deeper, darker, and far more fascinating truth. Today, we're going to explore the hidden secrets of Greece, from ancient power and forgotten knowledge to surprising realities that still shape the world today. Let's begin at the very beginning. Ancient Greece is often called the cradle of Western civilization. And that's not an exaggeration. More than 2,500 years ago, Greek thinkers began asking questions that no one had ever asked before. What is truth? What is justice? What is the meaning of life? Men like Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle didn't just create ideas. They created a way of thinking that still influences education, science, and politics today. But here's something most people don't realize. The famous democracy of ancient Greece was not truly democratic. In Athens, only a small portion of the population could vote. Women, slaves, and foreigners had no voice at all. So, while Greece gave birth to democracy, it was far from perfect. It was an experiment, one that the rest of the world would spend centuries trying to improve. Now, let's talk about power. Ancient Greece was not one united country. It was made up of independent city-states, each with its own system, culture, and identity. Two of the most powerful were Athens and Sparta. Athens was known for its art, philosophy, and intellectual life. Sparta, on the other hand, was built entirely around war. From the moment Spartan boys were born, their lives were decided. If a child was considered weak or unhealthy, they were abandoned. Only the strongest were allowed to live. At the age of 7, boys were taken from their families and trained to become soldiers. They were taught to endure pain, hunger, and fear without showing weakness. This was not just a military system. It was a way of life. Sparta created one of the most disciplined and feared armies in history, but it came at a cost. Freedom, creativity, and individuality were sacrificed for strength and control. Now, let's enter the world of Greek mythology. At first glance, these stories seem like simple tales of gods and heroes. But if you look deeper, they reveal something much more powerful. The gods of Greece were not perfect. They were emotional, jealous, angry, and sometimes even cruel. Zeus, the king of the gods, was powerful but flawed. Hades ruled the underworld not as a villain but as a necessary force of balance. Athena represented wisdom and strategy, not brute strength. These stories were not just entertainment, they were reflections of human nature. They showed that even the most powerful beings struggled with the same emotions as ordinary people. In a way, Greek mythology was one of the earliest forms of psychology. Now, let's talk about something that still confuses experts today: the architecture of ancient Greece. Take the Parthenon, for example, a massive temple built over 2,400 years ago in Athens. At first glance, it looks perfectly straight and symmetrical, but in reality, nothing about it is perfectly straight. The columns are slightly curved, the floor is slightly raised. Every detail was carefully designed to create the illusion of perfection. Without modern tools or machines, the Greeks achieved a level of precision that still amazes engineers today. Some believe this was simply the result of advanced mathematics and skill. Others wonder if there was knowledge that has been lost over time. Either way, It raises an important question. How much of ancient knowledge have we truly understood, and how much have we forgotten? Now let's move forward to modern Greece. When most people think of Greece today, they imagine beautiful islands, blue water, and peaceful vacations. And yes, that side of Greece is very real, but there is another side that many people don't see. In recent years, Greece has faced serious economic challenges. Debt, unemployment, and financial instability pushed the country to the edge. At one point, Greece experienced one of the worst economic crises in modern history. People lost jobs, businesses closed, families struggled to survive. And yet, despite all of this, Greece did not lose its identity. Culture, tradition, and history continued to hold the country together. In many ways, Greece is a reminder that even the most influential civilizations can face hardship, but resilience is what defines them. Now, here are some lesser-known facts that might surprise you.